next guest is a greatness coach, an author, and the CEO and founder of the Center for Healing and Peak Performance. His name is Alvin Brown, and he is here to talk about the way to survive in an age of distractions. Yes. Alvin, we are all distracted.
Yes. Yeah.
So what does it mean to you to survive in an age of distractions?
All right, so this is why I'm passionate about this.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about it because we all have dreams. Every single one of us have something we want to achieve. Every single one of us. And it may not be the job you're doing right now. It might be something other than the job you're doing now. You have some other exploration. You want to be great. You want to hike. It doesn't even matter have to be about money. It's like got to be some other dream. Yeah. But we're so distracted, and we all heard the term outliers. It takes 10,000 hours to become a success at anything. And if we're so distracted with cell phones and notifications and all this social media, we can't get to the dream that we want. And before you know it, life just flies by and you're wondering where it all went, you know?
I really like that you said we can't get to the dream that we want, and yet sometimes we're so distracted we no longer even know what our dreams are.
Bingo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I ask my clients, when they come in, the first thing I ask them, what do you want? And 95% can't answer it clearly.
Really?
They can give you a general idea that I want to be happy, but what is happy? They can't even describe what being happy is, what peaceful is. If you can't describe it, what it looks like, you might be having it now, but you don't realize it because you can't describe it. You're too distracted. So.
Well, you've got some keys that you're going to share with us, and you said they're key questions to ask ourselves, and I think these are beautifully well done. The first one is, how do you define personal greatness, and what brings you joy?
Yeah, so that's the thing about it is everything is about definition, clarity. Do you know what? I say personal greatness in my book, and I say I didn't come out with a book called Journey to Greatness because greatness is a personal thing. It might be, you know, some people might be climbing Mount Everest. Some people might just be running a marathon, running with your kids when you're older. Anything, but you have to define what greatness is for you. And then everything else falls. You can fill in the blanks after that, but you got to be defined because if you're going on a trip anywhere, journey to personal greatness, if you're going on a trip, you got to know where you're going. You just get on the road and wander somewhere, you know, wandering generality, as one of the motivational speakers, Zig Ziglar, called it, you're wandering generality. And Napoleon Hill, back in the day, the classic Napoleon Hill, he had drift. Most people drift through life. Yeah. So you got to have a destination, clarity. What do you want? What's your personal greatness?
Oh, that's beautiful. The second point is, so you want to be happy and experience peace. Can you define it?
Bingo, exactly. I've had clients who've gone to Hawaii and something goes wrong and they're having a lousy time over one thing. Meanwhile, they're in Hawaii. Like, so if you can't get over a little distraction and makes your whole vacation get messed up, you can't see what peace and happiness is. So you define it and have a non-negotiable that if you want to be happy today, it's your choice. It's literally a choice to be happy, because you see some people have a big home, $1 million, and they're not happy, and some people live in squalor and they're smiling. You can see kids on TV in war-torn countries laughing and playing with rocks, and they're good to go. Over here, we have all the trappings, and we can't. Some of us are not happy.
You know, it's so interesting because you'll probably have this in your business where people will come to you and say, Alvin, you say that happiness is a choice, but you don't know what my life is like.
Exactly.
But it is a choice.
It is a choice. It is a choice, because I met a lady just yesterday. One of my clients came in. She's had arthritis since she was 6, and so on and so on. It's been, when I listen to her life, I'm like, wow. Yeah. But she said, you know, I watched my mom. It's hereditary, so I watched my mom, and relatively, I'm living a good life compared to my mom. My mom couldn't move her arms, and so it's all relative. For me, it was like, wow, how do you do it? And for her, it's like, no big deal. My mom was worse. So
isn't that something? It's all perspective, mindset, and focusing your intention.
Yeah.
Now, you have so much good information. I do want to mention about your book, Journey to Personal Greatness, Mind, Body, and Soul. Where can people get a copy of your book?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million in the U.S., and in Canada, Chapters Indigo online. You can get it there.
And as a greatness coach, what is one of your #1 favorite things?
One of my favorite things is focus into, and paradigm shift, actually. I'm going to switch it. Paradigm shift. You got to always shift your paradigm. That's something that I do every day, because sometimes you get stuck in your believing that
and shifting your paradigm is important. Alvin, it's been such a pleasure to be with you. And that's the end of our show. Thank you to all of our special guests for stopping by, and to you at home for watching. I'm Denise Merrick, and we'll see you next time.